This is a story of a man who changed several industries and has one of the biggest contribution in making the modern industrial India that we know and see today. Sir Ratan Tata, born 28 December 1937, is an Indian industrialist, philanthropist, a former chairman of Tata Sons. He was also chairman of Tata Group from 1990 to 2012 and again as an intern chairman from October 2016 through February 2017 and still continues to head its charitable trust. He is the recipient of two of the highest civilian awards of India, the Padma Vibhushan in 2008 and the Padma Bhushan in 2000. So sit back, relax and enjoy this amazing story of a true Indian icon. He joined his company in 1961 when he used to work on the shop floor of Tata Steel and later became the apparent successor to J.R.D. Tata upon their retirement in 1991. In his tenure, he led Tata Tea to acquire Tetley and made Tata Motors to acquire Jaguar and Land Rover. And this acquisition to buy Jaguar and Land Rover is considered as the biggest revenge in corporate history. Under his leadership for the past 21 years, he has led the Tata Group to generate a revenue over 40 times the initial one. Well guys, I'm not talking about 40% increase, I'm talking about 40 times the initial revenue, and that goes same for the overall growth. Well, in every single aspect, the entire credit for the growth of Tata Industries goes to Sir Ratan Tata. Well, apart from the entire company related growth, he is quite popular and is very much notable for all of the social work. Suppose today if I ask you to name the top business owners in India, then definitely you will think about Mukesh Ambani, you will think about Ratanlal Tata and all other top players. But you know what? There is a big difference between an industrialist and between a businessman. Well guys, businessman is such a kind of person who wants to have as much power as possible, whereas on the other hand, an industrialist is a person who wants to empower as many people as he can. So in this situation, Ratanlal Tata is not just a businessman, but he is also an industrialist. Well, he doesn't want to be the richest person in the world. In fact, he wants to improve as many people's lives as possible. Before talking about his contribution in the entire public, it is pretty much important to see the amount of impact he had on the entire Tata Group. In his tenure, he started the Tata Consultancy Services. Well, initially, this was only established in Mumbai, but later on, it spread across India, and currently, this particular TCS is spread across the world. There are more than 100 countries where Tata is having their office. So overall, in terms of scaling their business, they have already done extraordinary.
I think most people in their careers have moments of disillusionment or a sense that they don't know where they're going. I think those moments of disillusionment hit all of us at any one time. A person that has not to face any difficulties, I think, ends up being a person that's an unreal person in the world because he doesn't know how to deal with difficulties. You look at the world around you. Where did Microsoft, where did Apple, where did Amazon, where did Google, where did Facebook come from? They came from ideas that people felt something could be done, where individuals started in garages, where ideas were born and that they could make a difference.
Apart from all of the companies which are under Tata Trust, personally, Ratanlal Tata himself invest his own personal savings behind different ventures. For example, he invested his own personal savings behind Snapdeal, which is currently one of the India's leading e-commerce websites. Similarly, in January 2016, he invested behind a company called as Teabox, which is an online premium Indian tea seller. And like this only, he has invested behind a company called as Cash Karo, which provides all of the online discount coupons. The only reason why I'm telling you about all of these factors is to let you know that he's such a kind of person who doesn't only want to grow his own company or his own business, he is also supporting all of the new entrepreneurs and all of the new industries and ways that are coming up. So guys, overall, his amount of contribution in the entire industrial sector of India is completely noteworthy.
Your whole world is going to be learning and listening. Your success is going to be your humility. If you speak or sit next to a Nobel laureate, he never tells you that he won a Nobel Prize. Other people tell you. Let humility be your best defense. So as you go out into this world, you need to ask yourself why you're there. Are you there for money, or are you going because you really want to make a difference in the world by what you do?
With majority amount of people which reach this height of success, with most of them, they lose the entire purpose from their upbringing. He started working in Tata Industries from the ground level. So he started as a worker in the factory and later gone on to become the chairman of the company. Well, in simple words, he's such a kind of person who absolutely knows everything about the common problems those are faced by all of the workers, let that be from the ground level to the supreme level. Well, because of this kind of experience, he's having this unique ability to focus a lot on the environment, to focus a lot on the overall growth of humanity rather than to focus on the growth of the company.
All of us, in our own ways, need to ask ourselves, are we doing something we feel proud of? Are we doing something that we feel is making a difference? Or do we bask in showing off our wealth or our prosperity or our well-being so that people can look up to us? If it's that, then I think we're wasting our lives. There are people that need our help, and if we've sent one poor person to school and seen that person prosper, it should give us a feeling of well-being. Much more than making our first million or billion, as the case might be.
And there is a very simple law in nature, and that is of giving back. Well, if you give back anything that you can to the entire community, then in return you get twice as much. And that's the main reason. That's the main foundation behind Tata Trust and the entire industry. And that's the main spirit which makes Ratan Tata not just any other industrialist or a businessman, but a unique icon.
You need to give back to society some of the learning you have done, to do something for your country and for society. And you shouldn't merely consider yourself successful based on the prosperity you gain for yourself, but you should go home at night feeling satisfied if you have made a difference. That difference is something each one of us can make. We'll have failures and we've had frustrations, but it's a continued commitment that we have to the world around us, to ourselves and to the people of India.